Hi guys, and welcome back to the Face It podcast. My name's Holly. I am here today with Amin Hasas, otherwise known as Mr. Aesthetics. Amin is a certified advanced cosmetologist specializing in aesthetics. He's an IQA assessor and educator and owner of Prestige Training Academy. Amin has also been shortlisted for the Hair and Beauty Awards 2024 in the category for Best Aesthetics Practitioner, which is amazing. So welcome, Amin, and thank you so much for coming on the Face It podcast.
Thank you.
Do you want to just start off by telling us a little bit about your aesthetics journey, because you are a non-medical practitioner, and I'd love to know a bit more about how you got into the industry and how you developed that passion for aesthetics itself.
Yeah, of course. I always loved about aesthetics. I always wanted to do it when I was watching other doctors or nurses or other practitioners doing aesthetics. I always had the passion for it. I always thinking to myself, if they can do it, why I can't do it? So I thought I start from somewhere, and then I try find some academies, obviously, to go and do the training with them. And then I find a few good ones and I enrolled with them, and I went and did physiology and pathology with them, and then I passed that and then carry on. And now 4 years after, I got my own academy, everything up and running.
Amazing. So
It was hard at the start.
It's taken
Yeah,
4 years to get to this point.
exactly.
I think a lot of people, when they are doing their training or they've just qualified, they
Yeah.
expect to be making like thousands of pounds every month straight
No.
away. And so what would you say has been your kind of your main tips in terms of building your client base and building your business?
To be honest, building business, it is hard. It takes time. It's not going to be overnight. Like you go and get in the qualification and then you think, okay, I'm going to start making money from day after. It's not going to be that easy. It's possible. It's not like everybody can do it. I believe that. But it's always you have to have it in your head. What plan you got and where do you want it to end? Not end, but what do you want to do, to be honest, to be successful. And the way I did it, I put my name out there, going to social media like Facebook, Instagram, anywhere I could. I put my advertisement, put my name out there so people they know. So marketing is very important. You have to put your name out there and then use the social media. And what I did with my training for myself, for example, I never stop. I keep going for different courses, learning different things. And then I try to offer that on my website, on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. And then like that, you just create more customers for yourself, because
Yeah.
people these days they want more treatments, different type of treatments. So you make it that way. And
Yeah.
then main thing, to be honest, to me is focus on your own business, because what I see these days on Instagram, on everywhere, people advertising, but they try to practitioner it, or medic or non-medic, try fight each other and try to bring each other's down, and that's not good to me. You have to focus on your own business, do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do, and be successful on that. Maybe I can't afford to be as rich as you. Maybe I can't have a place as big as you, but maybe my work is even better than you. So that's what is in my head. I maybe got a small place. I maybe got a bit less clients than other academies or clinics, but I focus on my own work, and I do my best for every single client. When one goes out the door, I'm making sure 100% is happy, she's happy or he's happy. And then I do all my aftercare. I ring them day after. How are you? You okay? Happy with the treatment? You have to just have that connection with your clients as well. That's
Yeah.
very important. And then that they will recommend you to others, definitely. And
Yeah.
that's how you get busy.
Yeah, just going back to the training side of things. So obviously I know you've trained in like everything, that's
Yeah.
great. You've got so many amazing treatments under your belt that you can offer to your clients, obviously, which will broaden out your client base. I personally think there's a fine line between kind of being a jack of all trades and kind of limiting yourself as well. So what do you think on that? Because you will obviously have some treatments which are more popular than others.
Definitely, because the reason I did that, and I go for different type of treatment and I learn every day, new techniques, new stuff, because people they asking, every time I get a phone call or messages or anything on social media or my phone, anything, people ringing, oh, do you do this type of treatment? And then I'm like, oh, no. And I'm thinking to myself, so I'm losing money. So if I'm in the business and I want to make the money, I have to improve myself first. So if I improve myself and I go and do the training, and then I can offer that what is called treatment to people, and then I can make money, and then I can be a successful business person. But if you don't do it, obviously you're stuck with one. For example, I see lots of people they happy, and there's no problem with that. They're just doing lips, for example. But can you imagine how much money they're losing? For example, if they could
Yeah.
do Botox, if they could do other treatments, they could add to the business and
Yeah.
make more money.
100%. One of the main things that I talk to practitioners about is let your clients lead you as to what treatments to train in, because
Exactly.
there's no point training in something totally random that your specific client base are not interested in. Everybody has a different demographic, different age ranges of clients. Some practitioners might have really young clients, some might have more older clients, might be in an affluent area, some might be based in a more a less wealthy area. So it's so important to speak to your clients and actually understand what they want, and then train from there. I think that's really, really good advice. Just going back to what you said around sort of negativity within the industry, I think that's something which comes up all the time on my podcast, because I think the aesthetics industry is very much like that, isn't it? It's, everybody feels like, oh, I need to have the most beautiful clinic. I need to have a nice car. I need to show my success. And it's so much more than that. Have you had any specific experience with negativity towards you in your business at all?
Yeah, to be honest, I had in past, but I do ignore it. If you want to sit and listen to other people to tell you what to do or what is right and what is not right, you're never going to be successful. You have to focus on your own work. And if you think in your head and you had good training and everything you do is right, it's no problem with that. You know what I mean? Don't listen to any others, what they try to be negative and bring you down, because I always say, if you're doing something right, that's the time people they pick on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
very true.
if you're doing something right, that means you're hurting somebody. That means they don't like it. So if I get that, I'll be happy because I'm thinking I'm doing right. I'm doing something good.
Any press is good press, isn't it?
Exactly. And there is no reason, to be honest. I'm a man, you know what I mean? And when I came to aesthetic, I was always thinking to myself, oh my God, all these beautiful girls out there, all these beautiful ladies, and I'm a man. And what I'm going to do between all these, how I'm going to find the customers, find the clients, because it's not going to be easy. Because I don't know any girls, I don't know any ladies, around me, maybe few, but not that many, But when they ladies, when they girls, they go out, they got friends, everything, and they can attract more customer to themselves. But with me, obviously nothing. So it's very, very hard. It's 10 times harder, obviously, for the man to be doing aesthetics till ladies. But still, I go for it and I try my best. To be honest, I got good amount of clients up to now. But only thing I always say to anybody wants to come to this work, to aesthetic, I always say, try your best to be nice as anything with anyone, honest to God, because you don't know the background, you don't know what problems that person got in their head, psychologically, physically, anything. We all try to be making money. We all, end of the day, we all need our best for our families to make a bit of money, to make a living. But if I want to do something and then you come and comment on my pictures, oh, this is wrong, this is right, this is this is that, it's not going to work, because you're knocking that person confidence. Yeah. And if they wanted to be successful, they can't because of you. And that guilt will be on you for the rest of your life, because it's not nice. I always, honestly, God, I know hundreds of practitioners now. Why? Because I've been nice to everybody. And they contact me asking for advice. I mean, this happened, that happened. How can I sort out? And then I'll go on the phone, on the video call, fix the problem with them. And I still saying, well done, you did it, because that's the way it should be. We're helping each other. We're here to help each other. We're
Yeah.
not here to bring each other down.
Yeah.
And it's always competition between medics, non-medics, this, that. You think, no, we have to put everything to the side and we all work together. End of the day, if you're a medic, yes, of course, I have loads of respects for doctors, for nurses, for everyone, as a medic person. But when it comes to aesthetic, you still have to come and do aesthetics training. So that's the difference. If I'm doing the aesthetic training and you're doing as a medic or as a doctor or nurses coming, sitting, doing aesthetic training in the same class with me, what is different between me and that person? Nothing.
Yeah.
To me, is nothing, because we're both training exactly the same. I know maybe they know a bit more about the body, about health and safety, whatever stuff, more than us, but still we're doing the same training. So if I'm good at that training and he's good at that training, or she, we're all the same. So we need to be friends. We need to help each other.
And I think the thing is, everybody wants to make money. Of course, that's, one of the main reasons that people are in this industry. But really, that the most important thing is safeguarding your clients.
Exactly.
So as long as you are safeguarding them, getting their consent done, doing the aftercare with them, ensuring that they're able to have the treatment, and really taking time with that client to ensure that they are safeguarded and they feel comfortable, then that's the main thing in my eyes. It's so much more than just the money, because there's people's images that that you're altering, and mental health as well comes into that. Absolutely.
Exactly. I had clients in my clinic, to be honest. I done the few treatment on the face, and they start crying, hugging me, kissing me, everything, saying, "Oh, thank you so much. I always wanted that. I always, I didn't even want to take a picture of myself, do this, do that. But when you done this, it's changed everything for me, and that gives me everything. That gives me
absolutely. That is job satisfaction as well.
It's more than money. And, it's better than money.
Yeah. And going back to what you were saying around, being nice to your clients, taking time with your clients. I say this all the time to practitioners, that client, their aesthetic treatment or appointment might be the highlight of their month. It might be, they might be having a terrible time at home, terrible time at work. And that is their time for themselves, where they can come in, switch off, offload to you, get something done that's going to make them feel really good. So it's all about the experience from the start, from when they initially inquire, right up to after they've had their treatment. That needs to be a seamless process. It's not just the injections or the treatment itself. It's everything, isn't it? And I think there are a lot of practitioners who are struggling with their business because they just don't spend as much time as they should with their clients and checking in with them, and just making it more of an all-rounded experience. And it sounds like that's something that's really important to you, which again will be something that factors towards your success.
100%. Yeah.
So with regards to your training academy then, so you've recently opened Prestige, which is amazing news, because it's so nice for me, because I remember speaking to you when you first joined Faces, and then you were saying like, I really want to open an academy, which you have, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
You've obviously trained with a lot of different academies and you've done lots of different courses. So what have you learned from your experience with training with good or bad academies, which has helped you with the training that you offer to students?
Yeah, it's a very, very good question, to be honest, because that's the reason, to be honest, I opened the academy, because I didn't need it. I got enough money to survive, and with the clinic side of it, I could make a bit of money, and that was enough for me. But the reason I did open the academy is to help others, because I always wanted to tell other practitioners who's going and paying thousands of pounds to other, academies and learning absolutely nothing. Believe me, I've been in few courses before, and the person who's been with me, they contacted me after, said I did not learn anything, nothing at all. And I contacted the academy and I told them I didn't learn anything. They said, okay, you have to pay another £300 for shadowing, for coming one day and watching again. And I think that's, to me, is disgusting. To me, it's not right. To me, it's not something I ever gonna do to anybody. Believe me or not, any person comes to me for training, they learn everything and make sure before they leave my academy, they know everything. They can go and inject hundreds of people with confidence. And I always say, if you got clients and you're nervous, you can't do it, you think in your head, oh my God, what I'm going to do, what if something goes wrong, for example. I said, bring them to me. Bring them to me free of charge. Put it in my place. Do it in front of me. Get yourself more confidence. And then once you do 2 or 3 times, and I'm standing there watching you, and then you can do it on your own. Easy as that. But I never had that chance. Never. I even paid thousands of pounds before to all these academies, and every time I contacted them after payment, obviously, they never answered my phone. They never answered my phone. Never. So they get your money and then they don't want to see you ever again.
It's exactly the same thing as what we're saying about clients, isn't it? You as the student
exactly.
need just as much aftercare as a client needs.
100%.
Even more so because
More,
you're
definitely.
going and injecting people's faces or doing
Definitely.
complex treatments. So of course every single person is going to have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 questions after they've done their training. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot happening on the course. And I think, again, I hear all these horror stories from practitioners I speak to like that, where they're promised all this aftercare and they're promised all this extra support, and then it just isn't given. And it's really disappointing because it is so expensive to train, firstly, but also these academies, well, all academies should be wanting to help their students after that training, because that's essentially putting clients at risk if they're not sure how to do it or if they're not confident. So again, it's kind of all about safeguarding everyone, and it's disappointing. But I think, like you said, I think it's great that you've kind of used that as a motive towards building your own academy. So you've learned from what hasn't worked for you and what you think other academies are not doing correctly, and actually using that to make your academy a real success, which is great.
Exactly. Like, for example, when I've been to other academies and you sit down for about 40 minutes, 1 hour, and they're talking about everything, obviously. But when you leave in that door, you cannot remember any of the stuff they was talking about, obviously. I don't think anybody can. You know what I mean? Till you sit down and you got the book in your hand and reading through it 100 times, you maybe can memorize some of it. But when they're talking about stuff like that you never heard in your life, how can you remember all that? And then when it comes to practice, that's again same. They only show you once, and then they do half a job, and then they say, okay, you do the other half, and then okay, see you later. You got certificate. Thank you very much. Bye. So that person obviously is going to put that certificate at home and never touch it again because they got no confidence to go and do it. And that's, I think, to me, is mis-selling. Do you get what I mean? It's mis-selling because you're supposed to, as a student, somebody comes to me, I'm supposed to teach them everything. I'm supposed to teach them absolutely everything and make sure 100% they're comfortable with that treatment. If they can't do it, I have to make sure I have enough models, for example, for practice. And they're 100% comfortable with it. And then when they're leaving, they can do the treatment and they'll be successful. But if they go and then they can't do it and they do some treatment and go wrong, and then I'm responsible. As much as they're responsible, I'm responsible too because I didn't provide good training. And that's what they did to me. Honestly, some of the training I did, I had to do 2 or 3 times because I went and paid 2,000 to 3,000 pounds. About 4 years ago, probably the price was 3 or 4 times higher than now. And everybody's dropping prices now because it's big competition. Again, I call it dirty competition because it's not, we don't need to. Why do you need to drop your price? You know what I mean? If you're good, you keep your price up high, your level high, and then people will choose you. They come to you if they want to learn something. When you drop in price that much, for example, I don't know, £200 for a course or £300 for a course, of course you're not going to teach anything. You know what I mean? I got, exactly. Don't get me wrong. I got I put sometimes very rare, put some offers. I done on faces. I put some offers, but that was only for the practitioners who's done work before. So it's like a shadowing, really, coming to the course
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Who are more
So
confident.
try to help them that way. And honestly, some they contacted me and say they're struggling with the money and they can't do it. They say, well, I said, listen, just come, doesn't matter. Just come to me and I teach you. And they came to me and I still teach them for free. No charge at all. But why I'm saying that? Because when I do it for free, I'm 100% sure I teach that person proper. When they leave in the door, I know 100% they can go and do it. But when they go and pay £2,000, £3,000, £5,000, I don't know what type of money they charge these days. Some academies, they're very expensive and they charge them type of money. And then when they leave the door, there you go. Got nothing.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
it.
out of it.
Yeah. So, guys, if anyone's looking to do some extra training, who's watching this, Mr. Aesthetics
Thank you.
himself is your guy, 100%. And I will continue to recommend you to practitioners I speak to. I mean, because I think everything you're saying is just so how it should be, you know. And I think, you know, if people are getting the correct training, the correct aftercare after they've trained, they're going to become more successful practitioners and know how to safely do these treatments. So yeah, so important. With regards to the Faces app then, so I know you've used Faces for quite some time because we've obviously spoken a number of times and you will have seen the app kind of develop as well. What would you say have been sort of key features for you in terms of running your business that we offer at Faces?
To be honest, everything. If I wake up and I look on my phone and I see my Faces app is gone or some fault with it or something, I'll probably have a heart attack.
Someone said
Because
that to me.
I
Someone,
absolutely love Faces app,
good.
to be honest to God. And thank you so much from you, everyone behind it, making this beautiful, great app, honestly. Because I hate paperwork and I don't like write things. And, when English is your second language as well, it's not
Yeah,
going to be easy.
yeah,
So it makes job very, very easy for everyone, honestly. And I've been teaching, to be honest, Faces. Believe me or not, I've been teaching Faces up to my client,
okay.
my students. Every time they come to me, I'm like, "Do you have Faces?" No. Okay, there you go. Give me your mobile. I download it for them. I sit down and go through everything with them, and they amazed. They shocked. Honestly, it's really, really good app. I love it.
Good. I'm really pleased. And, we're constantly trying to make it better by, connecting with new pharmacies, adding more consent forms on there. We've got the new booking platform as well. And I can discuss this afterwards, but I'm more than happy to do like a demo for your students if they ever want to do that as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I think, for us, we just want everybody to get the most out of it. And everything that we have on Faces is to save you time. It's to make everything more streamlined for you. So you're not like got all this paperwork everywhere, like you say, but also everything's there to remind you to safeguard your patients. Like
Definitely. It's safety for yourself and patient for both sides, because when you got Faces, you're uploading photos, to be honest, you got the signature, you got aftercare, everything. What else do you need? But if it's on the paper, you will lose it. If something happened, everything leaks from the roof and all the paper get wet, it's gone. Somebody sue you after, and then you got nothing to prove. But with Faces, obviously everything is on there and safe forever. To be honest, it's really good.
Exactly. No, I'm really pleased that you're loving the app as much as me. Just to
Definitely.
sort of finish off then, Amin,
Yeah.
where do you feel the industry is going in terms of treatments, and what treatments are you finding are really popular at the moment?
Oh God, that's a really good question again. Because to be honest, the way I think of it, maybe some other people think different way, but the way I think is first thing is going upwards with the clients and what is called the practitioners, because more people training these days to become practitioner. So that's one thing, and then more demand for aesthetic treatments these days from young people, older patients, everybody. So it's coming more popular. But so another way, when I'm thinking of it, we're not making money. We're not making money like before because there's that many people doing it with the cheaper prices, as I said before.
Yeah.
they're ruining the business, to be honest. Everything's going inwards. Maybe we're getting more people, more practitioners, everything, but the price is dropping. I'm not disrespecting any fish and chip shop, but it's like turning to fish and chip shop. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you go in getting fish and chips is as easy as that. Because when, for example, when I talk about treatment for, we say teardrop, some places charge £200, 250, 300. You know, I see people doing it for 60 quid. I send you some picture before you remember. Ages ago, I send you pictures with £30, £40, £60, and I see that all the time, all the time. Every
Yeah.
time I open the Facebook, is on Facebook, is on Instagram, advertised for like, I don't know, £50 Botox for £30. And you think they need to stop. They need to stop. We're
Yeah.
not against anybody. We're all there to work and make money together. But if you want to do that, please go and do another job because it's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
When I put him down in my head, I'm like, I order the Botox, for example. I do full consultation with the clients, everything, and then prescription, put into order, everything comes together. Everybody knows for Azala, for example, it costs £100, you know,
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
own cost.
Exactly.
And then if you want to charge that £60, how is possible? How is
Well,
possible?
this is the thing that there's so
Yeah,
many people using unlicensed products, and I think,
exactly.
but also I think clients are so much more clued up on this now. Clients
Yeah,
are aware because they see it on TikTok, they see it on
that's
Instagram, they see
it.
it in the
Yeah,
press. So if
yeah,
I obviously I have the knowledge of aesthetics because I'm within the industry, but
exactly.
I know that even my friends are aware of like what not to look for because the
Yeah,
cheapest prices, it like you say, it's not possible when you're getting a prescription for your client. It's not possible to charge those prices. And
no,
particularly for a treatment like tear trough, which is one of the, I guess, higher risk treatments that you can get.
exactly. Yeah,
Again, the type of dermal filler you should be using for that is more of a premium product, which is more expensive. Plus, you're paying for the skill of the practitioner as well.
yeah,
If
your
somebody
time, everything.
somebody thinks their skill is worth £50, that to
Mm,
me says that either they don't care, they don't care about the patient safety, and also they don't value what they're
no,
actually doing.
no.
So yeah, I completely agree with you on that.
Definitely, honestly, it's just mad when you see it. It annoys me because you think you're putting everything to your business and you try to do as good as possible, you know, as safe as possible, everything perfect. And then you put your advertisement out, and then somebody pops up, okay, I do it for 50 quid. You think, is that real products? Is that safe? And then another thing is, I needed to speak to everyone, obviously, is about when if somebody wants, for example, make money on aesthetics, you know, doing aesthetics makes money. Okay, so one thing I see on internet and I don't like it is it's like more competition between practitioners till catching clients, to be honest. Because, for example, if I put a pictures on and I'm aspirated. Okay, I got a bit of blood on my needle. I see that, and then I'm taking a picture of it, post it online. Okay, so what? With doing that, we're not getting anywhere. We only scaring more people away from aesthetics. So if you wanted, as a customer, for example, as a client, you want to come to me for doing your lips or doing your cheeks, any part. If you see that picture, what you think in your head? You straight away you think, oh my God, look at that. That's not safe, is it? So that could happen to me. I could be blind. I could be this, that, you know. And to me, I think everybody, all practitioners, appreciate safety of it. You know, you did that, you aspirated, the blood came out, perfect. Thank you. But please don't put them type of pictures online. Don't put them type of videos online because you're not helping yourself. If you want to make money, you're not helping yourself. You're just ruining your own business because people will see that and then they tell friends, family, oh, I see that type of video. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So we all sitting there, we're trying to make advertisement for our business to make money, and then ourselves, again, we're getting rid of our own customer because you
Yeah.
don't know how many people coming to me and they say, "Oh, yeah, I seen that type of video that somebody's lip popped," and some. I said, "Listen, don't believe any of these. Don't listen to any of these.
Yeah.
Bad things can happen, but if you're a safe practice, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to reverse things, you're fine. And I guarantee you 100% when you're here with me, you're safe. So please forget about all this and don't search on social media because that many bad things out there. It's just brainwashing people, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. I think it's good that clients are aware of what can happen,
Yeah,
but like there's so much out there that it's
exactly.
scary
They
for
already
them.
they already reading the when you send in the consent form, everything. They're already reading everything
Yeah,
about it.
exactly. They
So
don't need to see it. They don't
no,
need to see it.
no, and some people they're already scared of these type of treatments.
Yeah,
So if you put that out there, they could never, ever, ever have it done. And
yeah,
maybe somebody that really need it. You know what I mean? If they
yeah,
need it and they see that, they're not going to do it, obviously. And
yeah,
then you lose the money. Your product is still in your cupboard, not going to use it,
yeah.
and you're wasting other
100%.
businesses' money as well because somebody goes and spend thousands of pounds on products, and then they don't get the clients.
Yeah,
And then if you want to do it cheap as well, what's the point of it?
yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay. Exactly. No, I completely agree with you, Amin. Just as a positive note to finish on,
Yeah,
like I said before, Amin is shortlisted for the Hair and Beauty Awards
thank,
2024 for Best Aesthetics Practitioner. First of all,
thank,
congratulations. Secondly,
thank you.
anybody who hasn't voted, go and vote for Amin, Mr. Aesthetics. If you're looking for any training, you can find Amin's Prestige Academy details under the training section on Faces, and we'll put all of his details down below as well. But thank you so much for coming on board,
Thank you.
Amin, today. I cannot wait to see what's next for you in your business because it's just so great to see that everything you talked about you wanting to do is all coming to fruition now, and yeah, it's just fantastic, and I'm sure that
Uh,
this will really inspire a lot of other sort of new practitioners as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm successful because I work with successful people like yourself.
Oh, thank you. I'm
No
gonna
negative
gonna
people. Leave the
record that
negative people.
bit.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Always
you
leave the
so much.
negativity and stay with positive people, and you'll be successful.
100%. Thank you so much. I've been really good
You're
speaking.
very welcome. Thank you.
All right, you
Nice
take
to talk
care.
to you. Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.